What I'm going to talk about now is hard to talk about because I'm pointing to something that the words won't do it justice, okay? So what we're looking at now is who we've been being and the place that we're coming from. So who have I been being and where have I been coming from? So this is kind of, again, it's untangible, so you won't necessarily get a crystal clear answer to this, but I want to explore this with you. So one of the ways I know how to explain this is when I saw it myself the clearest is I've always wanted to be the best version of myself, and for a large proportion of the time that was coming from a place of there's something wrong with me, I'm broken. That was like a core program that I was running from. So it's what we call, or what I call, a context belief. It creates a context. So think about it like this. So some stuff happened, some situations happened, and I made it mean that I'm broken. So that creates a core program. Then what happens is I develop a bunch of other beliefs, right? So I have beliefs about other people, beliefs about life, beliefs about how I'm going to operate. And then I'm doing things, and I'm coming from this place. It creates like a context. It shrinks your life so that you're operating within a very limited possibility for yourself. So because I'm broken, no one will ever want to be with me. Or if they do, it's because they don't know that I'm broken. So I have to hide parts of me. Yeah, I have to be inauthentic. And it creates a context where we don't see anything outside of this box. And there's a whole host of habits, behaviors, compensatory strategies, because we're coming from this place of I'm broken. So who have I been being? I've been being and acting like I'm broken. Where have I been coming from? I've been coming from this place, right? And again, one of the ways to think about this is like getting into a relationship. So imagine that, and I'll speak about me again, like I used to think that I'll only be okay when I get into a relationship. So when I was younger, and I mean like 18, 19, 20, I was getting into relationships from a place of you're complete me, and I'm broken, and I'm stupid, and I'm not good enough. You know, there was a lot of places I was coming from, which means I'm only going to attract a certain person that is attracted to that place that I'm coming from, because people can tell where you're coming from. They can. And so you're attracting things that are attracted to the place that you're coming from, which again is, and I spoke about this, is very different from getting into a relationship from a place of I'm perfect, whole and complete, I'm a decent human being, we get on, let's come together, right? I want you to think about where you've been operating from, where you've been coming from. And you might not be able to get the exact words for this, because it's more of like this is like a gut level feeling. Kind of like when we were talking about your default future. You have a gut feeling about what your default future is going to be. Now, one of the things I noticed was what I would do is, because I'm broken, is I would read self-development books, right? Not a bad thing to do, because then from the way I was thinking about it at the time is I can heal myself and then I won't be broken anymore. But the problem is because I'm coming from I'm broken, that was never going to work, because I'm coming from this place. And the time I saw this the most clearly, I remember sitting on my sofa, reading a self-development book, feeling awful. It literally felt like I was kind of beating myself up. And I realized, I saw this, it's because I'm doing, it's the reason I'm doing it that's more important than what I'm doing. I'm coming from a place of I'm broken, I'm not good enough, there's something wrong with me. And so what was happening was me reading this self-development book, because I was doing it because I thought I was broken, I was reinforcing the idea, and it was an idea, that I'm broken. So I want you to look at who you've been being, where you've been coming from. Because what got you here won't get you there. You have to change where you're coming from, who you're being. And this is the transformational bit. So there's a few beliefs that human beings have, core programs, places that we come from. So I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, something wrong with me. There's not too much variation on that. We all have them, and these are called core programs. They're places that we come from. And then we're operating inside a very limited box of awareness. You only see things, you see what you look for, yeah? You see what you look for. And when you're coming from a place of I'm broken, you're only going to see certain things. So this is about changing where you're coming from, changing your core program. And you can only do that when you see that your core program was just made up in the first place. It was just an idea, a decision that you made about yourself.